Did you know how much I really care for you? Hey, did you know how often I really think of you? Oh, if you'd only know how much I really love you. And oh, if you'd only know how many times I died for you. I know that I feel too much. It's time for me to make things right. And oh, yes, I know that I should relax way more. Oh, if you only know how much I really love you. And oh, if you only know how many times I died for you. Oh, if you'd only know how much I really love you. And oh, if you'd only know how many times I died for you.
Hello, everyone. No. Stop it. Stop it. This is not how we do it. This is not how we do it. This is no. Someone is just coming in this video and just. There we go. No. There's still music playing. That's not the way we're doing this. That's not the way we're doing this. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm so sorry for this bumpy start, this somewhat bumpy start. It's all kind of very bumpy. Right. See the background down there? No need to see the living room in the background. The living room looks awful because I've been building this today, like my own, basically my studio. You can see the screen in the background, some nice moody artwork. What's up with that? Am I right? So I just have to. Right. So this is. I'm just doing it the test, seeing if we're live, if we're moving on with the show. Welcome to the show, everyone. Sorry about the bumpy start. It will get better with time. This is all me running the show, and there's no producers. There's no one else involved. So this is kind of what you see is what you get, and I'm trying to make you see good things and evolve and develop and grow and have a interesting show for you today. I do think really that I have an excellent show for you today. We're gonna no, there's a beeping in the background, and that's just awful. This is a live situation, which means I'm gonna have to turn off this device, and I'll be right back because this noise is just gonna ruin the show. Pardon me. And I'm back. Oh, not this, but this. This is the one we're looking for. So, welcome to the show today, everyone. Welcome. And today is a special day. It's really a special day. Did You Know is all over the place. And when I say all over the place is Did You Know is out now. It is everywhere. Let's talk about Did You Know. Did You Know is a song I wrote about 10 years ago, and I produced it 10 years ago. And that's the version that you just listened to a few moments ago was the original version that was produced 10 years ago. And in order to make this upcoming album with the title What Remains sound like one big piece, I wanted to make sure that the album was recorded by basically the same people like I did in the first album, but I really wanted What Remains to be my album and to some degree the producer's album, which is Andre Sora, which you can find links to his socials on the YouTube after the show. I will start adding those now. It's a love song. It's one of those really romantic things where people, I think the idea behind Did You Know is just being romantic and loving someone, and the lyrics have a little bit of extra drama to them. Like, but we do like this, right? We're just society loves this. We like the drama and the Romeo and Juliet and all that. And I liked it back then. I don't think that this is the same type of love song I would write today. That's why I felt that recording it again it felt like I was a bit disconnected from how I felt 10 years ago. But obviously in 10 years there's so much things going on that we will listen to the new version of Did You Know in a moment. I wanted to, like I said, this is a show. This is not just about me, not just about the music, and not just about the single that I'm releasing today. I also want to talk about other things that are important to me, and I just wanted to discuss out in the open. And this particular show, I wanted to take the time and talk about the recently canceled Resident Evil Netflix adaptation / show. So, I'm sorry. I still hear myself in the background, but it was important to see that the sound is working and all these things. So The Gamer writes 2 really great articles about the Resident Evil. Now, where do I find this? Because there are a bunch of points being made, not only on was it the reading list? There are some important points made that I think we should talk about, and it's about the Resident Evil. Right, I found it. Hang on. I'm just going to read this blog post. Now, this was written. We'll just actually take this over to the show so we can all see it. I'm going to move. Hang on. Where is the browser interact? And here we go. No. Oh yeah, okay. No, this is not. This is the Arctic Monkeys. This is not what I wanted. Sorry, guys. Properties. There we go. I'm just gonna put in that. Right. Type in this. Oh, this page is not available. Are you for real? The Gamer. Go back. Because really it's not available, because I swear that's was available a moment ago. Okay, so in this case, why copy? Let's do this. I'm just gonna try this one more time. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna have to read the. All right, I see, kind of. Right. Okay. It's not a local file. I'm gonna paste this. Okay. All right, so it's here all of a sudden. Right. I like how the web page is not. Right. Okay. Right. Can we just go back here? Now this looks a bit dodgy. All right. Let's go to it. So much ads. Resident Evil adaptations have never been good, so why are we so hard on Netflix? Excellent point being raised here by The Gamer. This was written 4 days ago by Jade King. And it reads, Resident Evil on Netflix has been cancelled. As expected, the ambitious adaptation won't be receiving a second season, and a bunch of weirdos are celebrating the fact that hundreds of people are now out of a job. Weird flex, but okay. It wasn't good, but it still deserved better. Much like Cowboy Bebop, it feels like Resident Evil was dead on arrival. Hardcore fans who worshipped the source material as gospel believed that anything which dared to try something new or corrupt existing interpretations of events and characters had no business existing in the first place. Each new screenshot, trailer, or announcement was another nail in the coffin, despite the fact that so many behind the scenes were working to make something special. Right. I agree with that. So, right, this isn't a defense of either show, by the way. Resident Evil is a poorly written and clumsily executed show, wrought with cliche, while Cowboy Bebop is overly camp and doesn't quite capture the original's magic in spite of its magnetic lead performances. But the fact that I didn't enjoy them personally doesn't matter, even more so when so many others absolutely did. Now, I can't comment on Cowboy Bebop. I don't even know the original source material. I don't know the old source material, and I don't know the new show. So I can't really comment on that show. However, it seems like people are just celebrating dead shows. Adaptations are meant to try something new while honoring what came before, or at least recognize its existence and carry that torch into places we've never dared venture before. A retelling is fine too, as HBO's The Last of Us will no doubt prove. But I'd rather creators be brave and unexpected instead of constantly catering to predictability. Otherwise, we'll just forever doom ourselves to stagnation, which is precisely what is happening here. Another excellent point made. It's not like Resident Evil had a high bar to meet either. This is a series that is arguably infamous for its mediocre adaptations. For decades, we've seen films, both animated and live action, burst into the scene, and none of them are good. They make plenty of money at the box office, which means sequels and spin-offs are inevitable. But if someone tries to argue with me that any of the Paul W.S. Anderson films are anything other than passable, we're going to have a problem on our hands. Even these take named characters and events while making passing reference to their origins, opting to butcher them with ridiculous new lore instead of capturing the essence of survival horror the games are so beloved for in the first place. Knowing that Netflix was building upon, it's weird how the show was so divisive. This is a great shot. You can see Lance Reddick playing Albert Wesker. I will continue reading this. Have streaming originals increased our expectations, or has the presence of cinematic universes made our tolerance for traditional adaptations that much lower? There's also the case of Albert Wesker and the main characters being played by people of color, with toxic fans from the worst corners of the internet treating this as a clear betrayal of Resident Evil lore instead of the blatant example of racism that it clearly is. This is a universe where evil scientists routinely mutate into giant monsters while our characters do battle with giant insects and zombie alligators. It has always been very, very stupid. So let's not act like the race of a certain character is suddenly taking things too far. Wesker is Wesker regardless of his skin color, and Lance Reddick did an excellent job of bringing his sinister side to life. Granted, the show really doesn't take advantage of Wesker's ethnicity and the fact his core motivations in the series essentially creating Ubermensch, since the connotations that come with such a task in the context of this identity would have been fascinating. Interesting point, yes. Yet, he will never have a chance to take that character any further, and this vision of the universe has been stopped in its tracks, largely thanks to fans who claim they know better. Obviously, the underwhelming critical reception and viewing hours also play a factor, but looking at the conversation around Resident Evil, you can't help but feel that we didn't want it to succeed. And that's the feeling that I got from this entire show. I was a terrible child, Jake Wright, so I grew up thoroughly enjoying the Resident Evil films. Not sure what that has to do with the other thing, but I wasn't old enough to watch them for a start. When I had a chance to sneak away and catch up with Mila Jovovich's zombie adventures, I absolutely took it. The cheesy acting, over-the-top action, and nonsense storytelling were incredible at the time. Looking back, they were always terrible, but just campy and self-indulgent enough for fans to fall in love with. Well, not true fans. They were too busy cheering for games that were apparently far more serious. Except they weren't at all. They were spookier, but still so damn silly in almost every conceivable way. Resident Evil might be a survival horror icon, but it has always traded on its own ridiculousness. This even extends to entries that like to be taken more seriously, such as the recent remakes and first-person installments, but when the time comes for giant boss battles and ludicrous plot developments, its original moniker comes crawling back. Netflix Resident Evil was exactly that. It did enough to make us care about its characters, and its narrative held sufficient intrigue to keep us invested in spite of its shortcomings. But when it decided to embrace the silliness or dare to try something new, all opted to dunk on it. Out of context, clips were shared online, which when combined with lukewarm reviews only served to seal its fate. If this show is how we respond to any and all adaptations of things we love, I'm starting to think whether we deserve to have our medium expanded upon at all. Seriously though, go back and watch all the Resident Evil films out there and try to convince me that the Netflix show is somehow worse. It isn't. Oh, sorry, it's Jade, not Jake. I got the name wrong. Look, these are excellent points made. I absolutely agree. I think that I just can't stand the I don't want to see the ad in my video. So this is just exactly what I was talking about, or what I was thinking about. To some extent, I must say that I rage quit the Resident Evil movies with Paul Anderson writing and directing them. I think he's an awful writer. I think he's a fantastic director. I think Mila Jovovich is a great actress. even when she has really bad material to act with. I don't know which one it was, but Resident Evil Afterlife was kind of the movie. I think it was the fourth one. Yeah, I think it was the fourth one. And kind of Resident Evil Afterlife was the one where in my head, where I was just kind of gave up on the movies. And there are several other movies coming after that, like another 3. So they had 7 movies in total. These movies made over $1 billion at the box office around the world. So they made a ton of money. But again, the Paul Anderson movies are not better than the Netflix show. It in no way, in no universe, I would treat that as an acceptable argument. Now, I actually rage quit the Resident Evil movies when the last movie, the final chapter, was announced, and they had these incidents on set where the producers were negligent and people died and got seriously injured. That's where I said, nope, this is where I give up. And also, Resident Evil Afterlife introduced the Ouroboros monsters and the parasite, right? The Las Plagas 2.0, which is the Ouroboros, I think, basically. And what did they do with it? They just introduced the monsters in the movie because they did not introduce a new strain of virus or a parasite, or they didn't bother. They also didn't bother with any of the cliffhangers, which at least the Netflix show did bother to not just take all the story that was built up upon and then just ignore what happens next and just, oh, look, we don't have... Chris is gone after 4, so where is he in 5? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. It's just a mess. And it's just suddenly let's mix all the monsters and from all the games and just make it a complete mess of a show, of a series, a movie series. Now, this show, I enjoyed. I would have enjoyed a second season more than I would have enjoyed watching more Milla Jovovich movies. And the fact that people were pissy at the casting for being, just a progressive casting with a lot of female leads and a lot of people of color leading the leads. And of course, people on the internet are going to be garbage and they're going to be crapping all over anything that that breaks the what would I even call it? The norm of just casting white people to do the most jobs. Like you could even argue that that there are very little people of color in the Resident Evil games, and so again, this is an adaptation of the games. Why would you want to see the same Wesker over and over again? Like, I didn't even get why we got Welcome to Raccoon City in the first place. It's just, I don't know. I would have enjoyed this more than a possible. Well, I don't know what they do with a second Welcome to Raccoon City. If they do a adaptation of the 4th movie, I'm all in, and I would celebrate that. But other than that, the way this show was treated is actually sad to me. And I know Lance Reddick. And all the actors were capable. And I liked even the Umbrella colleague who is a lesbian, who, which is also another, super progressive. There's a lesbian in my TV show, and lots of people just They can't deal with that. And I don't know. I don't know. We got so much from the Mila Jovovich movies, and so much. It feels like we got more bone than meat. We didn't have anything substantial or something that really grew, or the characters really developed, or nothing really. This is just fast food. Cinematic fast food, as I would describe it. But so is Resident Evil in general. It is not. It throws in ideas of corruption and greed, and which I like. I think it's great. And also you can see this in the show, like how the greed kind of money makes the world go round, and especially the ones who want to either change the world for the better for themselves, or just enrich themselves, or they actually want to do good. And with Albert Wesker here in this show, you kind of see him struggle with wanting to do what's best, but then kind of failing due to the chaos unfolding around him. Now, I think, Netflix has been doing really bad decisions. We've seen that. We've seen that a lot this year. And stock is going down, and, animation cuts. And I think the cancellation of this show was just another bad decision, honestly. Because I think the world is ready for such a show. I would like to think, but apparently, I guess I was wrong. I just really like these characters. I really like the cast on this Netflix show. I sympathize with the actors who really gave it a lot. They did their best. And I don't think you can't tell me, I just want to see the same thing from the movie, from the games. Just please adapt one, just adapt it exactly the same way. Come on. Who wants to see that again? We have Resident Evil 1. We have Resident Evil 1 remake. We have Resident Evil 2 and the remake. We have Resident Evil 3 and the remake. Now we're going to get Resident Evil 4, the remake. And we already have Resident Evil 4. So there's a lot of remakes, and there's a lot of stuff in that front, and very little kind of original material coming from the Resident Evil front, which is kind of a bit worrying to some extent, one could argue, right? Like, I want to see new stories and new characters, and don't just rehash everything, because we want to get scared and we want to see new things, and I hope we do. And I mean, I'm gonna end this part of the show by also saying that the Deadmau5 and Skylar Grey collaboration for this show was fantastic. Absolutely obsessed with that song. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Look, maybe we know that people like the show. Maybe not as much as expected, but maybe it can come back. Stranger things have happened, right? Will probably happen. But, I think if you really want to know my secret opinion, don't cut my head off for this. But I believe that Resident Evil is a gaming IP, and that's where it is the strongest. So I could even argue, instead of wasting millions and millions of dollars in making movies that no one wants to see, if that's the gist you're getting, maybe use that money and make more games. Does that sound so bad? All right. So that was kind of my 2 cents. About 20 minutes talking about Resident Evil and the fact that it's not coming back. This stuff happens. Let me know in the comment if you liked the show, if you watched it, or if you just thought it was dead on arrival like everyone else. That's the way how these things work in the entertainment industry, I guess. So, I guess that was a lot. That was my show, ladies and gentlemen. I know it was short. We're gonna end this with my new song. What's it called? Hang on. With my new song, Did You Know? The original from no, not the original, the new version of the song that will that is released now everywhere. You can get it everywhere, and if you enjoy, please save the song and please consider adding it to your playlist. That would be awesome. Let me interact. Did you know Pablo Escobar? There's my release show. I can't scroll down. Can I? Alright, there we go. Videos. It does not say. Dear Lord in heaven. Can I not scroll? Cannot scroll. Is this what it? Where is, like, I have to enjoy your favorite videos. Yeah. Did you know 2021? There is no version of Did You Know that was done in 2025. Can't seem to scroll. Oh my god, I entered my own stream. That's not what I wanted to do. Right, so I'm gonna have to do this differently. I'm sorry. But essentially, this was important. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the show today, everyone. I'm going to keep doing things like this, like changing the studio and adding things and stuff like that. So before I go, I think I want to do something else. I think I'd be happy to react to some Futurama before I go. See, someone just entered chat. Hello and welcome. Happy Friday. There we go. How awesome are these cake videos of people making artsy cake stuff? I'm obsessed with these videos. Absolutely. Can we do the 30 random jokes? To get you through either August or September. I didn't do the August one. Let's do the August one. Right. Right. Okay. Properties, changing the URL because it's not really doing what I wanted.
Who are you?
Scruffy, a janitor,
Well, why aren't you fixing the boiler?
schedule conflict.
We're gonna try you out with a little delivery job. It's for a private lottery that we run.
Wow! You guys run numbers?
Well, nothing fancy, you know, ones and zeros mostly.
01011000101. What does it mean?
It's just gibberish. 10100111010. Ah!
That doesn't look like an L at all, unless you count lowercase.
You know we don't.
Oh!
Whoever did this was strong. This is 340 pounds of Tonka tough steel.
It should look like this, but instead it looks like this.
Who would do a thing like that?
Who could do a thing like that? And by that, I mean this.
Yes!
You were right, Fry. From now on, I'm going to bend what I want, when I want, who I want. I'm unstoppable! Ah.
Dear Santa,
Please, please don't bring me any gifts. The bicycle you fired at me last year from your bicycle gun really tore up my insides.
Awful. Let's read some more. Dear Santa,
Please bring me a coffin for Grandpa. You choked him with a chestnut last year, and he's beginning to smell a lot like Xmas, if you know what I mean.
sure, you can be a comedian instead of a doctor. If you want your parents to roll over in their graves.
Sure, you can vote for Skenaddle. If you want, there should be a recession.
Sure, you can go to medical school. If you've given up on your dream of being a comedian. Man, how long is this gonna take?
I'm still waiting on my birth certificate.
Well, it doesn't look like I'll make it inside with the rest of you, but good luck. Just leave me where I drop.
Oh, great. Someone had a baby.
All I ever wanted was for people to remember my name. It's Bender.
Oh, fuff. Why bother remembering anything? You're just going to forget it 5 seconds later.
I'm telling you it spoke to me. Come on, little Poplar. Say mama.
Oh, look, Leela, even if you heard one talk, that doesn't mean it's intelligent. I mean, parrots talk, and we eat them, right?
Yeah, maybe you just learned to talk as a parlor trick, like Fry.
Like Fry. Hey, you're quite the talker, aren't you? Shut the hell up! Ow! Stupid bird! I know where you live!
Okay, buddy up and look out for Omicronians. It's up to everyone to get their partner back alive. Fry, you go with Bender. Amy with Leela. And I'll go with...
Screwed again, my friend.
Fear not, for I shall assist ye.
Robots don't say ye.
Relax, mammal. My robotic software shall meet your calculatory needs. What is the meaning of this symbol?
That's a plus sign, you pointy head loony. Quit thinking you're a robot.
I'll show ye.
So many loves half-loved, so many inventions half-invented. That damn time machine alone set me back 15 years.
If only it had worked, you could go back and not waste your time on it.
But where, then, is the missing link between apes and this Darwinius Macellai? Answer me that, Professor.
Oh, okay, granted that one missing link is still missing. But just because we haven't found it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Pshaw! Things don't exist simply because you believe in them. Thus saith the almighty creature in the sky!
Cover that fireplace, confound you! I've only a few years to live. I don't want to spend them dead.
We're pushing as hard as we can.
Oh, pushing!
Man, you had one hell of a day.
Yeah, but I learned something. Life is about decisions. Make the wrong ones, and you'll wind up face down in a pool of your own blood and urine.
Still, to have your own pool. It's my $8 million. God gave it to me.
Oh, come now. God didn't get to be God by giving away money.
Loosen up. You can't take it with you. Now I'm heading down to the casino and I'm taking my money with me.
This is why you never see a poor person with millions of dollars.
I promise to cut taxes for the rich and use the poor as a cheap source of teeth for aquarium gravel.
Yeah, that'll show those poor.
Why are you cheering, Fry? You're not rich.
True, but someday I might be rich, and then people like me better watch their step.
Is this some sort of brain scanner?
Some sort, yes. In France, it's called a guillotine.
Ah! Professor, can't you examine my brain without removing it?
Yes, easily.
Since this is such a serious case of old, we'll have to try our strongest treatment, a soothing full-body bath in searing hot tar. Sir, it's not necessary or wise to be naked.
You sound just like my tennis instructor.
Take this, Mr. President, sir.
The president is gagging on my gas bladder. What an honor.
Dr. Zoidberg is my friend. And though a woman has come between us, I say we'll always remain friends. And you know why?
Because...
One reason. You bastard! I'll kill you! You bastard!
We three idiots will finally have our revenge!
I don't think so. You two make me ashamed to call myself an idiot.
We'll be crushed if we don't equalize the pressure.
How do we do that?
That should do it.
Ah, we're all gonna die!
Wait, I'll be back in a minute.
You did it, Fry.
Did what?
We are just as good as any of those other crews you sent to their deaths. What's the mission?
Collecting honey. Ordinary honey.
That doesn't sound so dangerous.
This is no ordinary honey. Leela, evolution has programmed our fabulous male brains to take anything anybody else thinks is important and make it bigger. Have you seen my new 301-inch TV?
Hypnotoad is brought to you by the Magnafalix 302-inch TV. It's bigger.
Oh, hell!
Ogden Vernstrom speaking.
Tell him I'm not here.
Professor?
Oh, very well. Wernstrom, I've been a vainglorious fool. If you can find it in your heart to forgive me, your tiny little heart, would you consider a scientific collaboration?
Sir, I'd be honored.
Dance! Dance, you little freaks! Faster! Faster!
My ankle.
To the kitchen with him!
Wait. I do impressions. Behold, the swamp hag. Get out of my swamp, you kid.
Don't let him get too crispy.
Betsy followed you, Kiff.
I didn't realize you were bringing your girlfriend, Lieutenant.
Oh, she won't leave me alone.
Did I say girlfriend? She sounds more like a wife.
I'm alive!
Whoa! Hey! Calculon's back!
Hail science! Good news!
All right, so let's finish this show with the released song of today. Did You Know is out now. So if you haven't already, check this song out if you want. And I'll be, hang on, this is just really annoying. Properties, and here we go. So I think that is enough of me, right?